Wonderful, Robin. You've mastered the portion of duties related to managing the village. I never doubted your hunting abilities, but governing a township is an entirely different skill set.
As you see, I can manage that too.
Ah, let's hope no roofs fall on anyone's head.
I can think of at least one person in Nottingham Castle who could use a roof collapsing on his head.
Robin, though I do have a similar sentiment towards falling roofs and the sheriff's head. Anyway, listen to me well now. This is a serious matter.
So, you know how to be serious.
I can, and so should you by now. The village that we're setting up here is only the beginning. You'll see for yourself that in time we'll learn how to function not as a band of forest outlaws, but as a well-organized community.
That's the plan. I'll make it so that the people will live free again, safe from the sheriff's tyranny.
Of course, I believe it. Even if I didn't, that would make scarcely a difference with your persistence.
What's this about then?
About the people, in fact. For now, those closest to us. You realize we're surrounded by a vast and marvelous land, after all. It is inhabited by various houses, groups and alliances. It's often the case that they are not quite fond of each other.
I'm aware of that, Friar.
Try to win the sympathy of at least a few. Show the denizens of this land that not all hope is lost. Having their support means you'll travel the road further ahead with greater confidence.
Reasonable. Is there something I should start with?
Every action taken against the outlaws or the men of King John and the sheriff is an action that counts. To every one of us. When the king's steward looks to take some good person's head, you stop him. When you see a caravan laden with royal gold, I'm sure you see where this is going.
I understand.
There are, however, places where exceptionally unsettling things are said to happen.
What do you mean?
The Barnsdale region is a place where you can find both the king's men as well as bandit ruffians. The sons of Adam and the waved children make up the chief threat there. Apart from them, the local people are bound to accept your aid.
They deserve it, and they'll have it. They mean as much to me as the people who live in our forest refuge.
Very noble of you, dear Robin, as always. I know you believe it, but you must make them believe it too. Some of those people are afraid and just want to survive. Others don't really know what to think at all. Convince them with your actions and the sheriff's reign will fall faster than you expect.
I believe you, Friar. Are there any places I should see?
I have two in mind. Would you prefer to hear about mysterious thefts or wolves in a silver mine?
Mysterious thefts? Sounds like something right up my alley.
I don't know much about them, but I've heard tell that traders travelling through Barnsdale are relieved of their riches in a rather crafty manner. Searching for any remaining loot or culprits has been futile.
The outlaws? The sheriff?
The sheriff wouldn't have bothered to hide anything. Outlaws would have left clues. Talk to Nicholas. He's a cloth merchant and an old friend. He's probably sitting somewhere in a tavern and mourning his loss.
Hardly a wonder. I'll speak with him. Maybe I'll learn something. Wolves in the mine. Those wine casks were meant for an emergency, not for a single dinner.
Very amusing. Wolves is a moniker given to House de Grey by the locals. You will find Hildewolf Mine to the southeast. It belongs to King John.
This already sounds interesting.
Since recently, though, it's been swarming with de Grey's men. Word is they took by force, with little regard for the king's law.
Is there any chance they'll finish each other off?
I do not know what to make of this. On the one hand, they are the enemy of our enemy. On the other, they're known for wars and conflict that they start with nearly everyone they meet.
Anything else?
The de Greys also dabble in exotic alcohol trade and scheming. I won't deny that the former interests me more than the latter.
I can wager a guess.
Right now, the most important matter is that the peasants from Hilderwolf mine fell out of the frying pan and into the fire. The boot of their new tyrants weighs heavily on them, and they surely need the help of someone like you. Besides, access to silver may help us arm our people better.
I'll look into it.
Not me. I'm hurting all over, Robin.
It's good to see you too, John. What happened?
Oh, something snapped in me back. I can barely bend down.
That must be normal at your age. Marion will make you a balm for it.
At my age? You forgotten about our meeting on the bridge or what?
You don't forget a blow like that. Although, I have been managing better in fights since then.
Couldn't be any other way with a teacher as excellent as me. You fancy a little adventure?
And a friend as excellent as you, John. What adventure do you have in mind?
Nothing epic. A few thugs wandered too close and need to have their faces caved in for it. You ready to teach them a lesson?
I'll gladly warm up my bones, and you be sure to mind yours.
Excellent. Teeth are going to fly. Let's meet at the edge of the village.
I know it's not in your nature, Marion, but have you had some rest since the escape?
I could ask you the same thing, my dear. The Prince of Thieves needs to rest too.
Now you're just mocking me. The Prince of Thieves.
A little, but mostly worrying. So many sleepless nights have passed to settle here.
There's no end in sight. Are you handling our people all right?
I tended to whom I could with what little there was left in the herbal satchel. I can gather new plants myself, but we need more serious equipment to look after the gravely injured.
Tell me how I can help you.
We have most of the construction materials, as well as the plans. Collect some reed for me. It usually grows by rivers and other bodies of water.
And later,
Look over the construction.
Finally, you're here. I'm the one with sore bones here, not you. I saw a camp in this area.
You're fiendishly fast for such a bruiser. What is this camp?
Regular thugs, but they can cause trouble if they find us. Besides, saw them hiding something in the hollow tree.
Now you have my attention, John. No time to waste. Let's get moving.
First things first. Sneak up to the guard there. He's watching the camp and he doesn't look tougher than you, so you shouldn't have a problem.
All right, I'll hide in the grass. This'll be easy.
Finally, you're here. I'm the one with sore bones here, not you. I saw a camp in this area.
You're fiendishly fast for such a bruiser. What is this camp?
Regular thugs, but they can cause trouble if they find us. Besides, saw them hiding something in the hollow tree.
Now you have my attention, John. No time to waste. Let's get moving.
First things first. Sneak up to the guard there. He's watching the camp and he doesn't look tougher than you, so he shouldn't have a problem.
All right, I'll hide in the grass. This'll be easy. And that's how it's done, old-timer.
I'll admit, not too bad. Though I would have packed a bigger punch for it.
I've no doubt about that, John. Maybe you'll demonstrate that bigger punch on some other brigands.
I can barely move with this here back. You trying to do me in? Take care of him and come back to me. What did those dodgers hide in there?
Looks like loot from a theft. Some gold, some jewelry, everything covered in flour. Find out who this could be, John, and return it to the owner.
I'll have a look around the area as soon as I feel better. By the way, do you ever miss our looting days? Remember how one time you had me put on a frog and...
Well, I myself pretended to be blind to fool the sheriff. Yes, I remember. Good times, John.
By God! He was howling mad like a wolf when he figured out how we duped him. Could still hear him from a league away.
Maybe we'll pull off something like that again. Right now, it's time to look after the village.
You grow ever more reasonable with time, my friend. But you're right. We'll meet back home.
You'd help me more by building an
I've no doubt. I know what you can do. I'll get started in a moment.
You'd help me more by building an alchemy lab.
I've no doubt. I know what you can do. I'll get started in a moment.
Yes, exactly it, Robin. Applying broadleaf poultices won't help with serious wounds. Now I can get to some real work.
If it hadn't been for you, half of us wouldn't have survived the winter. You can't imagine how grateful I am that you're here.
Getting all sentimental? I'm here with you and I believe in what you're fighting for. We're fighting together. Besides, I can't quite imagine returning to the royal court and those perfumed toadies.
It's true, Marion, though it's still a long road ahead of us.
Shorter with every day, my love. Do what you have to, and I'll make sure the village is functioning properly while you're away.
Keep an eye on Tuck and Little John from time to time. They can be like two cats in a bag.
There's no cure I know of for their strain of camaraderie, but I can keep an eye on them, or a lash over them. There's one more thing, Robin.
Yes?
Take my sash and place it at home. Let it draw you back to it with my thoughts.
Thank you, Marion. I'll travel to this sash, to our home, to you. You all right? The right of first night?
Sarding lawless times and I'm still whole. But my Edwin isn't bloody lordlings.
What did you do to that lord?
What was I supposed to do? Stand there and give myself? I bent my leg in the knee and let him have it so hard his eyes came together. But Edwin, poor thing.
It's not your fault. They started it all. They should get what's coming to them.
They got theirs, but they should have got more, painfully.
They call me Robin Hood, and I have an offer for you. You're not likely to find peace here. Sooner or later, someone will come after you. My village is filled with people who don't want to be ruled by lords and brutes. You'll be welcome there.
I have some dowry gold. I don't think it's dowry anymore. I can also work, but not here. Not staying here.
Keep your gold. You'll have use for it yet. I'll show you the way to our outpost. When you get there, tell them I sent you. Talk to Marion, and you'll never get hurt again.
See you again, Robin.
Until later, Martha.
I sure would fancy a steaming bowl of porridge.
Nice weather we're having.
But where?
empty again? Story of my life.
Damned king and his hellish taxes! Even at a time like this, if I could with my bare hands, I would...
I've seen people go to the scaffold for more restrained words.
Have at it, God's child. Go, fetch the royals right now, and let them do their thing. Hanging the helpless is all they're good for.
Forgive me, my lady. I didn't mean for it to sound that way. I'm no threat.
You'll pay all my taxes after my father's death?
I'm sorry for the loss in your family. But what do you mean by taxes? How could your father have passed more than once?
I'm not amused, stranger. One tax to the ruler for his loss of labor, a second to the robe at the graveyard for burial, and a third called the dead arms pay.
That one? For what?
For this miserable house and scrap of field to keep them in the family.
That sounds like too many tragedies in one place. How can I help?
Why do you want to help me?
Let's say I have my quarrels with the king and enjoy doing things that impede him.
You talk like a man I could grow to like. My name's Lori.
Robin Hood. It's a pleasure.
Yes, and now for the specifics. In a nearby warehouse, there is stored silverware that belongs to my family. We sold them one day to make ends meet.
I understand you want me to steal them.
If you can, yes. I see no reason not to pay with the same silver for the same tragedy.
That's a wise approach. I'll be back with your silvers.